everybody, I want to let you know that the following clip that's coming right after this has been taken from my live stream, which was done this past Saturday on September the 17th, which was, I think, right when Max, aka Mr. Girl, was banned. I have two videos that I dedicated, this one and another one, and I'll probably upload that one later on this week. But after that, there's no more videos of me talking about Mr. Girl, aka Max, or, you know, featuring him. It's done. I specifically stated in my previous videos that once he's permabanned, there is no need for me to even do any more exposed videos on him. But I find him to be an excellent teaching tool for women to avoid abusive men. And so this video will focus on that. And then the next video where I'm just talking about why karma got him, whether you believe in karma or not, that's the reason why he's not on this platform. You can't sit up here and try to go after somebody else's livelihood, try to get somebody else's deplatform, or try to regulate who, somebody that you like, who they gonna have chicken and waffles with. You know what I'm saying? That will come back on you. This is the reason I never advocated for deplatforming on even my worst enemies, because I understand what goes around comes around. So anyway, I'm not going to talk about that because that's going to be on the next video. I probably will upload that sometime later on this week. Without further ado, this is a very educational video, and I would like you, if you're a woman, to please share this with other women because it's an excellent teaching tool. So without further ado, let's look at this. I don't even know what I'm gonna name it, but anyway, I'm sure I'm gonna give it some kind of spicy title. So without further ado, here we go with me teaching you the I guess you can say the face of an abuser. Enjoy. This is a clip that I was given, and let me explain what you're seeing here. This is a clip of a professor. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but Max, aka Mr. Girl, is Jewish, right? And this is a Jewish professor, a legitimate Jewish professor. I think this is the 4th stream he did before he was banned. So when I saw this, I was like, well, I guess YouTube gonna let him do it. I mean, because I was really shocked that he was staying on the platform so much, doing all this stuff here. But I want you to see what type of person he is. Ready? We're gonna let this play all the way through, and then I'm gonna play it again and break it down and show you and break it down to you.
But you're right. I wasn't allowed to be a Jew as a child, and it hurt me so much. And now I see I'm being forced to being a Jew, and I embrace my Judaism, and my culture is so important to me. And I believe in God now. I believe in a magical fairy. Wait, I'm not grasping it, motherfucker. I have a firm grip on this thing with both hands.
If you're going to insult me, I'm going to have to leave.
You're insulting me by telling me I'm grasping. I'm not grasping.
No, you just called me a name. You just insulted me by calling me a name. So if you want me to leave, you cannot apologize. You can insult me by calling me an insulting name. I can hear your non-apology and say goodbye.
It's a term of endearment.
It's a term of abuse, and you're trying to tell me that when you say "call me a motherfucker," I should be happy is an invitation to further abuse. If you want to apologize, I'll stick around for the apology.
I can't do that.
Goodbye.
Wants to let Hitler win because he doesn't want to be called a motherfucker. But you're right.
So let's break this down. This is why I'm so mad that he's deplatformed, because I want to show a lot of people on the left are not that smart. They don't see this for what it is. So let me show you out of this one clip the type of vile, abusive, egotistical, arrogant villain this man is. He really is a bad person. When I tell you, when I said on the other video I did on him, when I said, if somebody was to say, damn, man, did y'all catch the FBI found some corpse under Mr. Girl's house? I'd be like, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. Now, here's the deal. Max is abusive. He's abusive to people who will allow you to abuse him. And most people will not draw boundaries with this person. Now, I remember he sent me an email telling me when I'm going to do a live stream with him. And I set him straight. I'm like, excuse you. See, I set the boundaries immediately. I said it immediately. Like, no, you don't run me. I don't have no racist man like you telling me what we gonna do and what. Who the hell you think you talking to? Boy. So he does that. And if you do not submit, then he goes into his mind, because once he violates your boundaries, he's gonna see if you're gonna woman up or man up and check him. And if you do check him, he's going to try to manipulate that in an emotional way or a psychological way or in a way where he can manipulate you to feel like you should take this abuse because, well, you know, it's a term of endearment. Watch this again. So let's break it down again. So now he's mocking the whole thing. Oh, shoot. He's mocking. So he's going to, by the way, the professor, I watched this debate. He did not curse or say anything towards this man at all until this point because he interrupted his monologue. That's all. That's the only reason why Max, aka Mr. Girl, cursed this man, this Jewish professor out because he interrupted his monologue. If you're having a 2 or 3 hour, it didn't last that long, but if you're having a good exchange and you got a result to calling somebody a profane word and then tell them that they got to accept that word because you consider that word a terms of, and you consider those words terms of endearment, I'm going to start using that. Hey, let's play his game. From now on, when you all see Max, aka Mr. Girl, and you refer to him as a PDF file, and one of his supporters decide to say, you can't call him that. You say, oh, it's just a term of endearment. Do it to him. Give him the same medicine that he tried to give to this young man. Tell him. It's a term of endearment. What are you talking about? No. Calling you a child rapist is a term of endearment, baby. Do it to him. Call him what he is. We're not slandering here. I got video clips of him actually admitting to being a PDF file. I actually do have that. So call him a child R word. Call him a child M worders. Okay, predator. These are term of endearment. This is a term of endearment. Okay. Yeah, that too, Trisha. It's a term of endearment, baby. What are you talking about? Okay, here we go. So he's mocking him right here.
I wasn't allowed to be a Jew as a child, and it hurt me so much. And now I see I'm being forced to being a Jew, and I embrace.
So this guy just interrupts him, and that's what I'm saying. When Max, aka Mr. Girl, get into his monologue, he don't want you to interrupt him. How dare? Because he's acting, right? Which is clearly that's what he's doing right here. And then he gets interrupted, and now he resorts to demeaning this professor.
I embrace my Judaism, and my culture is so important to me, and I believe in God now. I believe in a magical fairy. Wait, I'm not grasping it, motherfucker. I have a firm.
So here's the deal. What a savage you have to be when you're talking to a professor, a very respectable professor, and you got to resort to profanity. And by the way, y'all know I love to use profanity. I can cuss up a storm. But if you're not going there, I'm not going there. And if I slip up, which has happened once with, and it wasn't towards him. Remember when I was talking to Mr. Jared Taylor and I slipped up and said the S word? It wasn't towards him. It was just like I said, ooh, my bad. I'm so sorry, Mr. Taylor. I try not to use profanity when I talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I slip up, and ever since that, I haven't slipped up again, ever since, because I get so comfortable talking to him in public, you know, versus behind the doors, that I forget to, you know, code switch and be on the straight and narrow and not use profane language or any vulgar language whatsoever. And if I do slip it up, I will thoroughly apologize. This right here is disrespectful. You have a professor, a actual legitimate, honorable professor who I think he specialized in the Holocaust, his history. Okay. And you invite him onto your program and you cuss him out because he interrupted your little stupid monologue. So you see right here when he said, let's go back to where he just cussed him out.
Wait, I'm not grasping it, motherfucker. I have a firm...
Right here. Insulting. But see, Max is so used to talking to people that way. And hear me out. Hear me out. This is the first time ever I seen him be checked and told, you can't talk to me that way. Never. Everybody he does a live stream with, let him just pop off at the mouth, cuss them out. They never check him. I like this man, and I'm going to email him and say, thank you for actually showing people how to set boundaries with serial abusers. So ladies, take notes too. You see how he was like, what did he say to me? Now watch him set a boundary. Watch this professor set a boundary.
Hold grip on this thing with both hands.
If you're going to insult me, I'm going to have to leave.
You're insulting me by telling me I'm grasping.
Okay, first of all, and this is what Max, aka Mr. Girl, does all the time. False equivalency. Saying you're grasping at straws is not the same as calling somebody a mother effer. It's not the same. That's like saying getting hit in the head with a bat is the same as saying your haircut is ugly. That's just how low IQ Max, aka Mr. Girl, is. Getting hit in the head with a baseball bat is the same as being told that your haircut is ugly. So he want to sit up here and say, well, you're insulting me by saying I'm grasping at straws. Okay, first of all, that's not the same as you calling him a name. You called him an actual name. He is actually criticizing an action. And because Max, aka Mr. Girl, talked to so many people who either cater to his BS or too low IQ to even point out the obvious trickery that he's playing, they let him get away with it. And then when he talks to somebody who will never allow him to play that game, he don't know what to do. And I love this clip so much because now you see the first, as of right now, the first and the only person to ever set boundaries with this fool and say, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. I'm out of here. You talk to me, because you understand, Max need him. He don't need, this professor don't need no Max, aka Mr. Girl. And ladies and gentlemen, you gotta understand that with all your relationships. When somebody is mistreating you, you're gonna have to do that equation. Do I have to put up with this? Do I have to put up with this? What's in it for me to put up with this? Nothing? I'm out. You ain't gonna talk to me that kind of way. Not at all. What I always tell you, taters? You gotta teach people how to treat you. 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 You don't let nobody talk to you this kind of way. Because now you're teaching them that they can talk to you that kind of way. You don't set any boundaries.
I'm not grasping.
No, you just called me a name. You just insulted me by calling me a name. So if you want me to leave, you cannot apologize.
And I love that framing. If you want me to leave, you cannot apologize. I love that better than you should apologize or I'm going to leave. And the reason why I like his framing is because it's not up for debate. Did you see that? When you go, listen, if you don't apologize, I'm leaving. That gives room for debate. Because now you're saying, look, if you don't apologize, I'm leaving. Well, why should I apologize? I didn't say anything. And then you're going to start debating about that. But the way he framed it was perfect. Wow, perfect. If you don't want me to stay, you cannot apologize. How did he say that? Let's look at it again.
Your name. So if you want me to leave, you cannot apologize.
If you want me to leave, you cannot apologize. And that's another thing I keep telling you all. Never issue out threats that you don't carry through. Never, never, never put out empty threats. If you want me to leave, you cannot apologize. And if he says, and as you can see, he says, I'm not going to apologize. Bye. Y'all need to learn how to do that. I love this man. I think I may invite him onto my political channel to talk to him. Cause I like someone who stand by their principles and also present limits and boundaries and tell you do not cross them. And right here, this professor is telling Max, aka Mr. Girl, that you crossed this boundary. If you don't apologize, I'm done.
You can insult me by calling me an insulting name. I can hear your non-apology and say goodbye.
It's a term of endearment.
So you see how he had to wrestle in his head like, uh-oh, I done crossed the boundaries. Uh-oh, somebody's actually standing up to me. Now, how? This is Max, aka Mr. Girl's thinking. Now, how can I manipulate this to make it seem like I'm the victim and he's a villain threatening to leave? How could I? And how does he do it? By saying MFer is a term of endearment. So that's why I said, if he wants to take vulgar language, profane language, and turn it into a term of endearment, then guess what? Child R-worder is a term of endearment. PDF file is a term of endearment. Groomer is a term of endearment. We can play this game all day long. You want to play that? Great. Okay. So, but as you can see, this because this man is logical, because this man is logical, very intelligent. He like, what? I'm not playing that. So watch what he says.
It's a term of abuse.
It is a term of abuse. It's a term of abuse. So this is because Max, aka Mr. Girl, is an abuser. This is the reason why I was collecting all his videos. I was going to show y'all clips after clips after clips after clips, and not from his scripted videos. I was going to show you clips after clips of all his call-ins. He abuses everybody who calls into his show. That's why he hates Dr. K. See, he doesn't like the fact that people trust Dr. K but hate him. He doesn't like the fact that Dr. K makes the platform comfortable for you to open yourself up to, because Dr. K is not going to ridicule you. Dr. K is not going to cuss you out. Dr. K is not going to belittle you. And most of all, Dr. K is not going to call you names. But Max, aka, will ridicule you. Max, aka Mr. Girl, will demean you, call you names, humiliate you, and cuss you out. Because he's trying to groom you to take his abuse. He's trying to groom these callers to be willing to be open to be abused. And this man is his kryptonite. He says, no. Calling me an MFer and saying that that's a term of endearment, meaning that you're trying to normalize and sugarcoat a abusive term to make it acceptable for you to abuse me. I'm not putting up with it. You're not going to call me that name. That's not the name on my birth certificate, and that ain't the name my wife and my mama call me. So you're not going to call me that. That is a term. That is not a term of endearment. That is a term of abuse. Excellent. This is such a good clip.
It's a term of abuse, and you're trying to tell me that when you say, call me a motherfucker, I should be happy, is an invitation to further abuse.
Woo! And this is the reason why I said, don't feel sorry for his girlfriend, Shaylin. Remember when I did an exposed video on Max, aka Mr. Girl? I said, she likes to be abused, baby. Don't go over there and cake for her. Don't simp for her. She likes it. She knows that she accepts his behavior for more abuse. And he does it well. See, nobody checks him, nobody puts him in his place, and nobody calls him out and say, no. What you're trying to do is manipulate the position. You're trying to manipulate the words. You're trying to make this term acceptable so that you can abuse me even further. Because if you accept that term of endearment, if you're trying to say that mother effer is a term of endearment, if you accept that, then you will accept worse derogatory terms as words of endearment. Okay? Because if he calls you an MFer, then he can call you worse things after that. Because once you allow him to break through that boundary, there is no coming back, baby. There is no coming back. You have now become a doormat. And I like how this has slapped him in his... And ladies and gentlemen, this one's saying a lot of people don't see what I see. See, growing up in the hood, being a police officer, and also being... Well, I'm a retired domina now, but also when I was an active dom, I know an abuser when I see one, honey. I know one when I see one. And I was so amazed that this man was gaining popularity on the left. But you know what it was? It wasn't that he was gaining popularity because he had good content. It's just that there's so many masochists out there. There's so many people who like to be belittled, talked down to, and humiliated. He found that audience. But he found somebody else who ain't going to put up with it.
I should be happy is an invitation to further abuse. If you want to apologize, I'll stick around for the apology.
I can't do that.
Goodbye.
And then, so he's like, uh-oh, my content is gone. So why can't you do that? I'll tell you why. Because an egotistical abuser never apologizes. I have never seen it. Every man and woman, there's a couple of women, but every man I have put in jail for putting their wives or girlfriends in the hospital never apologized. The couple of women that have abused their men to the point where they needed an ambulance to attend to their wounds, those women ain't apologized. They actually called to myself, when you get me out of this damn jail, hurry up and come get me. And let's not forget the Ike and Tina Turner. Why you make me beat you? Why you make me beat you? It ain't his fault. It's your fault because he beat you. Abusers. He normalizes this behavior. And that's what I was collecting so that I can show you guys what an abuser looks like. Because I think that a lot of women, and because he's a man, I'm gonna have to say, you know, women, because I don't have a woman that I can compare on the same level as Max, aka Mr. Girl, because he is really good at abusing people. He's one of, not the best, but he's one, I would have to say he's in the top 5. One of the top 5 abusers that will basically gaslight you into accepting his abuse. That's why he's so dangerous to have around kids. I don't care about, and this is going to be a hot take, I don't care if he's around women. They're grown. They should be able to know the difference. And that's why I wanted to create the content so that traditional women can teach other women what to watch out for when a man is mask off, grooming you to accept his abuse. And right here, you see it. They redefine terms. They turn it around on you to make you feel guilty for not allowing him to cross over your boundaries, to violate your boundaries. And then when you ask for an apology, they go, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. Because once again, don't forget this. Abusers never apologize. Not one time, not ever. I'm sorry, or I have no, even when they're in jail, even when they're before a judge, they never apologize. I've seen it so many times. The judge tell this man, you need to apologize to your wife. Why? I come home, the dinner ain't ready, the house look a mess. Well, I'm the one apologizing. I gotta be at work all day. You know what I'm saying? And she come home, she ain't looking good like she did. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta beat her to make her understand who's boss and everything. Never apologize. I've never seen it. Have y'all seen it? I've never, ever seen an abuser apologize or become humble or regret their actions against a victim. It's always the victim's fault, never theirs.